Hi, everyone. Welcome to this new school year. It's definitely an interesting time to be alive for sure. And as we just kind of start our newsletters this year, what we really want to focus on are just kind of reminding everybody of the available support resources we have. We're doing our best to not only support you as we have in the past, but also just provide continual options for you to either learn or ask questions or get additional training as you see fit. And so I want to introduce you to some of these concepts. And if you've been here for a little while, you might have been aware of these, but you'll probably see how we've expanded them over these last few months. So let's dive right in. As you may expect, a lot of these resources come directly from our Launchpad website. So as you come to our Launchpad and open up our HPS Tech Support, this is a revamped system we started at the beginning of the summer where it's a one-stop shop for all of your tickets. It actually connects with our inventory system as well. So as you're assigned devices, you'll be able to quickly make tickets for those devices. We also include our KB or our knowledge base in here. And so this is a great place to start if you have a question about how to do something, or you need a reminder of, oh, where do I click to do this? Or what does it look like to do that? And so I want to point out a couple of things in this system. First and foremost, we have a professional development category that we will expand on over the course of the year. But it starts right at the beginning with two of the essential things that I'm sure you're aware that we need to have in our skill set these days with both Google Classroom and Google Meet. And what these are, they're actually recordings from our summer PD sessions, about an hour in length for each of these videos. We have it broken down into the topics so you can jump around if that's helpful. But it's a great way to get a refresher on the essentials of these tools. But it's also a place where if you've never used it before, it'll hopefully be a good starting guide for you. And so definitely take advantage of these long form questions or any of the questions you have with these long form trainings here. We are going to be hosting a live stream this upcoming Friday. Later in our newsletter, you'll see a link for the questions, so you can submit some extra questions, and we'll try to answer as many as we can over the course of that live stream. And we will record that live stream as well, of course, just so in case you can't make it, just to get everybody on the same page with these digital resources. Beyond these professional development categories, we have a bunch of frequently asked questions. We have some Google related things, HPS systems, things like Wi-Fi or how to get to your email. Some printer and copier items, definitely some school brains. So if you need a refresher on your grade book or how does attendance work, you can check out those resources here. We also have a searchability option. So if I'm looking for something related to Google Meet, you definitely can just type that in and see a lot of basics in terms of the setup or the related things with that there. So this is a great starting point just to get your feet wet with some things or get a good refresher just from our KB link at the top of our support site. The next step from there, you certainly can ask questions in that ticket system that we have. It's not just for problems. So again, a friendly reminder that you can use the ticket system just to ask a question on a how-to for something, and we'll do our best to answer you quickly there. And then for the next step, if you need a little bit more hands-on training, starting in the spring, actually even before the pandemic happened, we started the process of offering remote training sessions because sometimes it's not always easy to schedule some in-person time either at an iSchool location or even in your buildings. And so we've offered these remote appointments, and it just so happened that that took off quite a bit for us due to the circumstances that we all know well these days. And so from our Launchpad, you can go to the iSchool website, and we have the ability to come in here and make an appointment. And so if you can't get the quick answer in a ticket, or some of the knowledge base doesn't answer all your questions, take that step further, book a time with us, and we'll be doing these remote sessions until other guidelines come out to keep us all safe and sound from there. So definitely make an appointment if you need some additional assistance. Another piece of support that we've developed over these last few months is this Technology at Home website. So off of our district website on this home learning page, we have a Technology at Home site. And this goes hand in hand with our one-to-one initiative where every student is getting a device from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. And this is a first place we'd encourage you to loop your parents and guardians and even your students in for how-tos on how this website will work. It is translatable, and it is broken down into essentials for how does their account work, what does it look like to get into the portal, what does it look like to use your Chromebook at home, and what does it look like to use an iPad as a kindergarten student, and of course some frequently asked questions as well. And so this is the first place I'd suggest parents and families look just to get their feet wet with all the essentials to get used to their HPS issued device. So everything from connecting to the internet and logging on to what does it look like to access digital resources, even some Google Classroom basics as well. And so definitely have this resource handy, share it with your families and your communities, and we'll continue to add to this as topics are relevant as well. The final thing I wanted to chat about today is ClassLink. This has been a resource we've used for last year or two in our district, and it's becoming more and more an essential piece of our technology tools. Effectively, when you get to ClassLink, it's a single sign-on app, and it automatically connects you to many different online applications, depending on your role. So you'll see things from like Brain Pop and Learning A to Z to STEM Scopes and TeachPoint and a lot of different website resources that can use your same username and password to connect. And this is true for students as well, where when they sign into ClassLink, they have access to all these resources. So they don't need to remember all these additional passwords. You just simply log into ClassLink and you have access to all of these different resources right away. And one of the things that does happen though, and you can even see on my screen here, is it can get a lot to look at just because of all the different resources we have. So a couple of little tips and tricks that you have, as is helpful. There is a search up here, so you can quickly type in something and it'll narrow down your list for you if you're looking for something specific. The other thing you can do is you can, by right-clicking, you can get into edit mode. And edit mode allows you to do a couple different things. It allows you to reorganize these. So if you want to just manually sort these instead of by alphabetical, you can just organize them into your priorities, for example. Or it does allow you to also make folders in here. And so if I wanted to make a folder, I can organize these on my own. And so I made a folder called Google, and maybe I'll drop Google Classroom in there. Maybe I'll drop Google Drive in there. Right, so it's just a way to clean up this grid list. So if you are feeling a little overwhelmed by how many things that are in there, you have the ability to either organize by folder or manually sort these. And this is you controlling your own view in here. So this can be something you can teach to students if you like, or just control it for your own needs. Okay, and that's all I wanted to share for this first video newsletter that we have. Continue to keep an eye on these every month as we produce additional content for you. And we'll reminders of these different resources and training opportunities. We'll definitely give you any updates of new technology tools and the happenings that we are aware of. And this can be a great way to just keep in the loop of all that's going on in Haverhill Public Schools. So enjoy the process. Definitely reach out. We're with you every step of this way, all together as we figure out this new normal. Definitely enjoy the process and take things in stride, and never hesitate to reach out if you need help. We'll see you soon.